I'm sitting here in a cafe, one of my favourite ones in my home city of Brighton. It's called Small Batch Coffee. It's been here for about 10 years. It's pretty full here on a Sunday morning. As I look around, almost everybody in this cafe is on their smartphone, a couple of people on their laptops. If I look at the coffee being served, there is no smart technology being used. I guess there could be. There's a lot of coffee machines, stuff to heat up food, and it's pretty much not digital. But then when I look closer, of course, the stuff making toasted sandwiches has got a timer on it, and that's technology that's been around for a while. Generally, this place is friendly towards people using their laptops, although there are no plugs to plug in. So they're looking for a pretty fast turnaround unless you've got your own battery. And there isn't actually Wi-Fi here either, so they're relying on people to use their own 3G. I have spoken to people that run this cafe, and they don't want this particular cafe to be overrun with people just on their laptops all day. It's not very good for their income if people are just having a coffee and making it last for 2 hours. They don't speak to you about it, they don't throw you out, but by not having fast Wi-Fi and places to plug in, that kind of manages itself, and people then tend to move through here very quickly. There are other cafes in Brighton where they're much more friendly towards people plugging in and basically having a virtual office space in a cafe. But so what I find interesting here about digital innovation is this cafe thrives, I think partly because the place isn't full of people on laptops, although it is friendly to people on their phones. There's a kind of relaxed feel to it. The phones don't dominate the cafe. Laptops certainly don't. So it's kind of a halfway place, and I think it's been a conscious decision. In the field of digital innovation, not all digital innovation involves adding hard technology, plug-in, but it actually involves, I guess if it was a music gig, it's just an acoustic guitar rather than everything plugged in to loudspeakers with back projections. So this cafe is doing well because it's found a way through digital innovation where a bit less is more in terms of hardware. But it's found a way of welcoming people that want to do fairly short term, half an hour, 40 minutes, phone time with their coffee. As I look around, there's music playing in the background. Of course, that's digital too. But it's less digital is more for the brand of this cafe. And that can be a big part of digital innovation these days, which is recognising people's wish not always to be plugged in. Having said that, it's not quiet, it's surrounded by music, and it's surrounded by people with phones, so you'd have to judge for yourself. But it's worth thinking about that in the field of digital innovation, the world of the Internet of Things is going to be that there may well be smart technology here in the future that we just don't notice, that might notice that I come in and then target me with advertising a bit later. I can't see any cameras. If there are, they're well hidden. Having looked again, there's a little bit more digital innovation just in terms of probably smoke alarms, smoke detectors, some security devices, but mostly I come here because the digital isn't dominating the place. I wonder what your favourite cafe spaces are and where they relate to digital innovation.